Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Those I think it does. Yes, it does too. But I don't need it for this because all it will be trolling, distractions, blah blah blah, etc. And so on and there forth. Right? Um, Usual, typical things. Uh, Same thing has been for years around here. Anyway, there are some elephants in the room. Always have been. It's no different either throughout all the years. Um, this seasonal.
I want to show you guys something that happened yesterday. So, after I went live, I was paying attention to Jody. Um, or maybe even before. Maybe after my live, I had gone and checked Jody's page. 2 hours prior, 18 hours ago, to Ziggy going live about placing a protection order against me, Jody puts life truly is beautiful, heart, a twister, which she does a lot. Hmm. Are you working with Twister, Jody? All the times you accused him? Whatever. With another heart, hashtag what a wonderful world, and the hearts. Then she goes on to say 7 hours, and I'm going to go to Ziggy's to show you the timeline. I'll be following suit. Enjoy it times 2, 3, 4. Happy holidays to more than one of you on the 12th day of Christmas. Well, bitch, let me give you a 12th day of Christmas. Well, what? We're day 11 now. This clearly indicates that you were in touch with Fred prior to Ziggy going live yesterday. Okay? This is why I consider you a suspect. Jody, you do know that Summer's scent was found on Fred's truck, yet you never addressed that. Why is that? Anyways, let's go back and listen to your meh mouth while you sit here and spew shit that one makes no sense, okay? Two is filled with accusations while you're sitting here stating that you're going to file lawsuits on people. You're making things up. You're making more accusations about me. Maybe it's me that should file a protection order against you because you, maybe Jody was cheating on Andy with Fred. Who knows? Assumptions, speculation. But let's listen to mouth.
Nonsense of this giant sleigh ride that unfortunately is not just during the winter months. These people, the increases around this time, whatever would it be without it during you know Christmas, right? Every year, but um, anyway, there's some elephants in the room, and a big one I left out on purpose the other night when I was live and that morning. Um, One of those being that everything you're seeing right now is nonsensical leading up to other things and is part of many things and linkages.
What things is anything leading up to? Because since day one, every day, something's been leading up to something. It's been leading up to something on the ground. It's been leading up to something here locally. It's been leading up to something on the YouTube streets. Everything's leading up to something, yet something never happens. What's the something it's leading up to, Jody? You're delusional.
And you like it's typical throughout the years, same shit, different day. This group's forever up to things, right? Nah, like the extremes, man. Um,
She constantly says we're in a group. Listen, I work with nobody. I barely message people. I barely message people back. When I do message them, it's somebody like a local, usually. You can ask anybody that has messaged me how long it takes me to reply to their messages if I ever reply to their messages. I don't, because of shit like this. They were trying to silence me. They were trying to tell people not to talk to me. Nobody works together, Jody. We are a group. Well, maybe Chasing and Gavel and Andy and Ryan and all those people might work together, in my opinion. Okay? Drama. However, I don't work with any of them. I talk to people. I have made friends. It is my God given right to speak to whoever I want without anybody telling me who it is and who it is not. I am allowed to speak to. I do not have to bring that to YouTube because that is none of YouTube's business. My private conversations with people are none of YouTube's business unless I want it to be. Do you understand that? It is not illegal for me to message Ellie. Do you understand that? It is not illegal for me to message Ziggy's family. Do you understand that? It is also not illegal for me to message your sister, your mother, your brother, your uncle, your daddy, your papa, your fucking aunt from ancient years ago. I am allowed to contact any human on this earth I want to. There is no law in America that says I am not allowed to speak to people from Ben Hill. Do you understand that? It doesn't mean people are working together. It means that people are coming together for the greater cause, which one is a missing child, which two is to move on in the future and cover more missing children, getting along with people. Okay? Nobody's working together on my end, Jody. But what you showed yesterday is that you are still in contact with Fred behind the scenes, possibly Ziggy. That is worrisome. And it shows what could possibly be more guilt, hiding, and hindrance of Summer Wells' case from a neighbor. Let me state that straight. You are the neighbor of Summer Wells. Lawson, Ansley, no matter what order they put it in, they said the people closest to Summer Wells, right? They didn't go on there and say YouTubers. The one you complain about, well, they did put neighbors at the bottom. The church people were first. No, that's fucking ridiculous ass fucking thinking. That's because the Wells at that time were closest to the people at the church. It's not based off of suspects. The news doesn't know that neither, just like we do. So your thought process is ridiculous. Okay? But let's listen to your meh mouth a little longer.
tying up of ends, trying to tie bows on, trying to get in front of, ahead of, out of. I don't know. It's also not changed much over the years. Um, but as things are narrowing down and they're seeing what's happening in Sebastian's, uh,
I'm not seeing what's happening in Sebastian's, rarely, because I don't follow Sebastian's case. However, you seem to try to cover Sebastian's case quite often. You mention him almost daily, right? So you cover Sebastian more than I do. You're the one seeing what's going on in Sebastian's case.
the same ones involved in or around or fist pumping with all the rest for all these years and summers. Well, they're feeling some types of ways about it.
So this live stream is about me and Six Up. I haven't even seen, I could be wrong, but I haven't even seen Six Up cover Sebastian. So she's making these things up, stating that we are covering Sebastian, we're following his case, we're doing the same thing in Sebastian's case. Please go to my wall. Please see if I ever made a video about Sebastian. Please see if I ever had a live about Sebastian. At the beginning of Sebastian's case, I kept his face out there. However, I think the people in that case has done the same thing that they've done over here. I don't cover it. I got myself in deep enough, don't you think? Because you and what I think is your setups. Okay? Meh? Mouth?
That as they see things lighten off in courts and things. Um, I did take note that some of this started.
She's constantly saying people are wasting court's time. I agree. I agree there's a lot of people wasting a lot of court's times. However, I think Jody Sue's at the top of that list. It is my opinion that she knows Chicken on a Stick. It is my opinion that she helped Chicken on a Stick place that frivolous lawsuit, and she had Chicken on a Stick put herself in it because it made her look innocent and me guilty. I think it was a ploy. That lawsuit was dropped. I feel like Jody knew it was dropped. She sits here and she claims, oh, this one blackmail, waste of the courts. Bitch, you fucking called me. You were offering me an attorney. You were blackmailing me for me to give you actually what Dawn B has. Not me. You figure it out and you find it. I know what it is, and I know where it is, and I know who has it. Okay? It's one of his thumbnails, Jody. You figure it out. You accused me of something Dawn B did. Privately. In messages. Okay? So, I would like you to stop. This is ridiculous. This is you causing distraction. This is you trying to silence people. This is you trying not to talk about your part. This is you adding no substance to Summer's case. This is you, once again, how many days are we in now? You have not shared Summer's picture. You obviously have a problem with looking at her face, right? There's a reason for that, Jody. What is it?
Occurring. Um, Certain things moving after they became aware of, maybe on purpose, through channels and means and monsters and otherwise, um, that there might be well organized groups of lawyers several days ago.
Here she's threatening again that she has lawyers that she's never had. She never even had the lawyer that she blackmailed me with. Okay? That's truth. Get your several groups of lawyers, Jody. You have seriously accused everybody of the worst things on this platform. You have said the worst things about creators. I have to ask why. You get on here, the first thing you would lose in court is the fact that you say, I'm hunting creators. Do you know that? Hunting creators gives motive. You are publicly putting it out there that you want to cause chaos, fights, and confusion by hunting creators. Why, Jody?
Because maybe it was just time. Anyway, so seems like some things shook a bit loose. Now, um, but there's a rather large elephant left out of the live. I last did. At least I think it's the last one I did, right? Because I didn't want to come live again because I generally don't on the 15th. So it's 14th leading to the 15th, whatever. Unfortunately. Anyway, the
I want you to go.
nonsensical
Come
part,
on.
the elephant in
Why
the
are you just
room with all
pausing?
of the CZ.
Okay. Every 15th, she comes live and says, I don't go live on a 15th. Yet she's live every single 15th. Go look at the dates on her live. You normally come live on the 15th, Jody Sue. There might have been two that you have passed up, but you are live every 15th. Quit lying to your subs.
6 up. Ziggy stuff is this. They want you to believe that Ziggy's family is unaware, and that Chris let her reach out and first play all this other nonsense. 6 up was all like using CZ to get up to the dirty work so that she could also dox, but also keep hands clean, all that, do all the things Ziggy back Crystal did, la la la, after TM built her, again, all the things, right?
So, what she's doing is deflection. Right here, right now, she's trying to make her fans believe, her people, her subs, that Ziggy told her parents about Fred. Did I say that the parents don't know about Fred? No. But you know what I think they know about Fred? Fred's a good country boy from Tennessee that she met on a dateline. He has a good job. He's probably in a construction job. In my opinion, Ziggy can get on here and make up stories. She probably made Fred shine to her parents. Her parents probably do not know the truth about that man. Her daughter is 17. She is not being babysat by the grandparents because, as you can see, Ziggy leaves the house without her daughter with no problem. Okay? Constantly. And she has been doing so since she started coming live. At 12 years old, you're allowed to leave your children alone, Jody Sue. That little girl, young lady, doesn't have a babysitter. Okay? Your daughter don't have a babysitter. Just like Ziggy, you leave her alone a lot while you're terrified and scared and worried for your life that people are breaking into your dark, dirty trailer. Okay? To me, that indicates you're not really as scared as you fucking say you are. And this is all fake. Okay? Just like your little community post yesterday, 2 hours prior to Ziggy, Big Bird, coming live and filing a frivolous protection order against me. I've never threatened that woman. There is nothing she can do. Do you understand that? I never in my life threatened Ziggy in any way. All I did to her is exactly what I do to you, which is pull out your bullshit fucking lies. And that is my right because you put the shit on YouTube for me to commentate on. Okay? That is my job as an influencer in the true crime community, is to commentate on the suspects that come live, like you. Okay, pig mouth?
So they want you to believe that Ziggy's family really needed to be contacted. They had to go, Crystal went and did all the things with um Ziggy's family, which who knows, whatever, right? But it was mostly a way for six up shit on Ziggy's smart. It's just all the tragedy, pimp, criminal, weird, goofiness, plus the holiday seasonal sleigh ride. Um, it's just all the
This is another thing. The holiday season. The holiday season that the only people I see putting cash apps and Amazon wish lists out is you and Ziggy. You don't see me over here begging for holiday money the way you and Ziggy do, right? What is it? Getaway money? Y'all need money to fucking take the fuck off out of the country or something because this is craziness. You are the one over here for the holiday season trying to build some kind of narrative and cause drama so that you can collect cash apps and make people feel sorry for you. Okay? Nobody feels sorry for you. Turn your lights on. Quit making people think you're fucking poor, living in the fucking dark, because we know you're not. Okay? We're done with this shit, Jody. I think the world has seen through your bullshit lies, and I think that's why you're getting the treatment that you do. You should not be on YouTube as a creator in the Summer Wells case because you are a neighbor and a suspect. You make yourself public every single fucking day. Do you understand that? And you have since the very day, right, Helen, you have since the very day Summer went missing. Okay? You've made up stories, you've twisted things, you've made up lies, you've made up truck drivers, you've made up tattoos on the leg from inside of the fucking truck. How do you see that? That would indicate you know exactly who the person in the red truck is, now wouldn't it? Stupid.
things. It always is all the things. They just can't make it one thing. Which makes it extraordinarily complicated, which is part of what they rely on. But they want you to believe, right, with all this fucking bullshit, that Crystal was unaware or thought her family needed to be reached out to, or whatever the shit is, right? And that Six Up somewhere, when Six Up ran that and was like, well, Crystal, stupid. You had one shot at this, right? And that's what,
My one shot was being Ellie's friend and keeping what Ellie said to me quiet. Jody, there's no other shot. Okay? Do you get that? This is not she's telling us what she's doing, just projecting it on creators. Exactly, Helen, and I've been said that for the past 3 years. which is exactly why I reached out to her sister, which, by the way, is not a fucking crime, as Scott, Squall, and Jody had made it. Okay? It's social networking, is what it is. And it's very much so legal.
I mean, you could tell it was. I mean, they give themselves away, right? But they all know Crystal get up to the most around here for years. And then they can use things like that, like the not so wells, like Green Eyes, Killer, and all the others. And then the big.
In my opinion, Green Eyes is just a crazy dude from North Carolina that is now in the state of Washington, which I proved with his blimp video. Okay? I don't think Green Eyes is a threat to anybody. I think the guy got some mental issues. That's my opinion based off of things he said to me and talked to me and told me that he thinks the CIA is watching him and all kinds of shit. I felt bad for Green Eyes. I was trying to be Green Eyes' friend, but because I wouldn't attack you the way he wanted me to, he got angry at me several times, Jody. So why don't you take that as it is? Okay? That's number one. Number two, who else did she say? Green Eyes and hold on, let me go back a second.
And was like, well, Crystal, stupid. You had one shot at this, right? And that's what, I mean, you could tell it was. I mean, they give themselves away, right? But they all know Crystal get up to the most around here for years. And then they can use things like that, like the not so wells, like Green Eyes, Killer, and all the others. And then the bigger pimps can come behind.
I don't see Killer begging for money every day. I see Killer trying to use his thoughts, which, by the way, his last video was really good on Summer's case. Towards Summer's case. I personally like Killer as a creator. Killer and I, from day one, have always been down the same path. We have different thoughts. He's a creator. I'm a creator. I'm allowed to like Killer. Killer's allowed to like my channel. We're allowed to support each other's channels. We're allowed to share each other's videos. We're allowed to commentate on each other's videos. Killer is not, in my opinion, is not involved in anything. And I think you're bullshit. And that's just you trying to make somebody who is likable unlikable, right? You don't want people to listen. Hey, Mama Bear. You don't want people to listen to Killer, which is why you throw him in there. You know why? Because he goes after the other side of Beach Creek that everybody's scared to fucking go after. Right, Jody? Your people. James Light's people. People that were involved before, prior, and after James Light's shady doings. Right? The people that continue his business. Jason Arnold, Fred's his right-hand man, according to Fred's sister, right? Are you the right-hand woman, Jody?
Air that and act like they didn't do it, but they're just airing somebody else's content, whatever. And the solo cups, and all the things, right? They can do all the things. And then it's those that are whatever that are left sort of holding the bag, they think, unless somebody pulls the data and how they all connect. It means communication and online things, which put them all into federal laws and working together, right? And they're terrified of that shit. That's why they're really moving around. But anyway,
We're not working together, but even if we were, it's not illegal. Do you get that? Even if we were putting our heads together to come out up with possibilities of what might happen this summer, it's not illegal to do, Jody. Quit making these people think that if people talk to each other, they're working together in some sort of illegal manner. That's not the case. That is what you do. You have a history of it. You have criminal court charges of being involved in criminal activity with bigger organized crime. It is on your public record. Do you get that?
The goofy nonsense, the elephant in the room from the other day till now. Now you know damn good and well that 6 up, Tragedy Pimps Exposed, and more than a few of you out there did content and clipping and 9 hours long. Like, you remember, like, when Ziggy was coming down here to first do stuff, Fred, la la, and getting married to Fred and all that garbage, right? All the things, visiting Fred while he was on the whatevers and down wherever's with Kathy and blah blah blah. Okay, remember all that? Who was it that was watching Ziggy's kid again? I mean, y'all did all the live streams on it, right? 6 up.
Yeah. Caitlin was staying with a friend. I remember. Caitlin was staying with a friend, not Ziggy's mother. And even if Ziggy's mother was keeping Caitlin, it doesn't mean that Ziggy's mother knew exactly what Ziggy was doing. Just like you, she could lie. There is an issue with me reaching out to Ziggy's family that shows me that Ziggy is lying to them. Okay? Her little flip out and files from protection orders tells me that Ziggy is doing something she should not be doing. Just like you, Jody.
The rest of you, like 9 hour long streams. Hitting Ziggy for walking to the dollar store, bringing in dollar store bags with like SpaghettiOs and ramen and whatever else for a kid as her mom.
In my opinion, I'm speculating that it is either Fred's niece or Fred's sister, Julie. Okay? Because you see, the very first time I reached out to Jody, my very first question to her was about the blue van. She went crazy. And the thing she said to me was, "You idiot, that's Andy's family member. That's his biracial cousin." Anybody remember those receipts I showed? Now Fred and Ziggy are in here trying to put Julie, Fred's sister, in the mix. That's odd. The lady's never spoken out. She's never had a part in this. The good sister. It's fucking weird as fuck. I believe that Jody may be protecting somebody in Fred's family. Same as Fred. That's my thoughts. That's speculation. It doesn't mean it's truth. It's just what I see. Jody told me the biracial cousin was there that day, long before Fred's sister ever said it to me.
Was gonna keep an eye on little Zig. Yep. So y'all were very well aware, and you know Crystal too, that Ziggy's mom
100%.
didn't want coming in to supposedly watch little Zig. All right, and then it wasn't that long ago. Remember, just Thanksgiving, I believe, when Ziggy was talking about being with her family, with Fred and all that. All right, y'all did live streams on that too. Huh, strange. And then also, it had already been said that her family been contacted prior before. I don't. So what the hell is this the past few days? Mm. What is it? Is it hoping that, well, obviously other family members knew, but a certain sibling didn't, and maybe to contact them, and something would be done, whatever. It was y'all's last shot, right? 6 up. You had one shot. You fucked it up.
You need to stop turning people's words into something they're not, Jody. You're concentrating on that. You know what it shows? What is the word? Histrionics? The repeating of, the blaming of, the thing that upsets you that people say about you. I'm going to start pulling it out when you do it. Right now is one of the moments.
Crystal is basically how it sounds and amounts to, and strange. And 6 up did that live while pretending that she was there and being like, oh my gosh, CZ's and saying shit that didn't make any sense there. Like, yeah, it's real weird what y'all are up to right now. Now, I just became aware of all.
It's been weird what you've been up to. I hate all this clicking, guys. There has to be a way. When you're sharing something, StreamYard, if you ever get this, I'm going to leave them a comment. You know how they always leave a thing, how was your live, da-da-da, thumbs up. They need to have something that when you're presenting a screen, that you can pause it straight from your dashboard. Because you can't do that, and then you miss the chat, and then you got to go back. It's a real fucking pain in the ass. And all you guys hear is click, click, click. Because when I go back and listen to my lives, I hear it. Good morning, Stephanie. I didn't see you creep in. It drives me crazy. I wish StreamYard would have some way that you could, like, straight from the dashboard, pause the video you're watching. This is so dumb. Okay, hold on.
I'll go of this. I don't know.
That's why I like to use my Canva a lot, because I can pause it. Or I can leave airspace in between where I could talk and it gives, maybe not. It's still, we need a fucking different thing on the homepage.
What to call it. Because it's always so many things. Whatever the hell Ziggy's up to. Tragedy pimps are up to.
Now Ziggy's up to something.
Nah, the teams, the uppers, the lowers, the mids, the highs.
The uppers. Listen, that's another thing too. She's constantly, I don't know what part the PI's played in this. I don't know what the PIs do in this. I know she's putting twister things, and I know that I've seen the PIs with the freaking twister in the woods searching. Okay, I showed that video. But she has this thing with these uppers. It's constantly, oh, Dawn and Candace said the uppers. They are their uppers. They are people that donated their time to the Summer Wills case that are looking for that child. I have never once seen your ass climb in the fucking woods to look for that child. While you sit here, you haven't gone to any vigils, you haven't shared her picture, you have done none of it. And as a local who knew Summer, that's quite sad. You sit here and you say your daughter was affected, but you do not allow her to participate in things that would add to her healing with other people her age in the area. See, them vigils are healing for the community. You have put every single one of them down in every single way that you possibly could. It's not the only community that holds them when a tragedy happens, Jody Sue. Every community holds them. Okay? You always have some shit to say that doesn't make sense that caused deflection. People are finally catching on, Jody. Okay? And I'm going to point out your deflection every single time that I can. There's no reason for you to do this. You add, like I said in my community post the other day, zero substance to anything. You do not add anything in any way that could possibly help find the location of Summer Wells. Instead, you cause twists and turns and speculation and conspiracy theories and fights and hurt and anger and lies and your own speculation yourself. Why do you deflect so hard and add zero substance, Jody Sue? And I'm also asking you again, who was the Running in the Woods with No Perfume video intended for? I would like to know that. Who was watching that you wanted to meet in the woods? Which humans were going to meet you? By name, please. I don't want to hear Black Lives Matters because that's a bold-faced lie.
As hell, I don't know. All the above. What I do call it, though, what it absolutely certainly is an inordinate amount of tampering with. And this is something that really pisses me the fuck off, and it has for years. Watching all of you combined, from the little locals helping the fucking bullshit to the monsters with orders to you motherfuckers online, being able to tamper with, in, around, and fuck with law enforcement, courts, and use the system, any services, and everything else y'all can imagine.
The only courts that I ever contacted were the ones that I was being sued against, and Benny's. I did turn in Benny's harassment because Benny was harassing me with his CZ song and telling me that I offed my sister's baby and I didn't care for her and she was going to be taken. And then you got Tiffany accusing me of killing my sister's unborn baby with Jody Sue live. Like, see, these little blah. I'm all tongue twisted. These are the accusations that these people have made against me. I've never made no kind of claims like that against them. Okay? So yes, I did contact the police about Benny, and I emailed or something his PO, his videos of harassment. Yes, I fucking did. Benny knows it. They swatted me. They had the police coming to my house, causing me to cry and make an ass out of myself here on YouTube. It's embarrassing, but I kept it up. It's still up. You can go watch it so that people could see what Benny did that caused me to do that. Those are the only courts I ever sent anything to. I have sent things to TBI that I think is of importance, such as yesterday, Fred trying to silence me because he is a suspect, 100% a suspect in the Summer Wills case. Pruitt said that when he said I wouldn't put any believable shit into what Fred says when he was speaking to Andy. Do you understand that? The police have shown that Fred is a suspect. Nobody else, Jody. There's a reason for that. Quit deflecting. What are you hiding for Fred and possibly some of his family members? Because that's my opinion. I believe Andy was telling you about it when your daughter walked in. I am speculating that your son knows as well because he's walking property lines with you at 2:30 after a noise that caused the tree trimmers to go over to an area which one could have possibly caused a situation where somebody could have taken Summer, because we hear TBI confirm early afternoon hours stating Candace was home. Do you understand that? Do you know how to put evidence together and listen to it thoughtfully? And I'm not saying what I'm saying is truth, but I'm saying what I'm saying makes more sense than a scream at 4:52 after writing Andy you hear a noise at 2:30, but not telling Andy that Summer's missing while you're walking down the hill and still have Wi-Fi, and hear Candace screaming that causes you to drop your purse because you were messaging Andy to tell him you were going down to fuck with the flowers, which proves that you had fucking Wi-Fi, right? Fuck out of here with your lies. That's why the police found your scream unfounded.
Screw with not only police, judges, real justice on many fronts, accountability, etc., but to screw with Summer's case, inundate, try to manipulate, mind fuck, do whatever. Right down to the goddamn agents, detectives, criminal investigations, judges, district attorneys, um,
How has people messed with them? The only proof I see of that is you messing with them. Protections of abuse against Andy, fighting in court, screaming, withholding your daughter, which I would too, in all honesty. That part I could see. However, but you working with chicken on a stick and your sister, right? Because let's not forget that, oh, and I found that clip. We're going to share that soon. I was planning on that before all this mayhem broke out, where her sister states she is being followed and having pictures taken of her by people in a black car. There was 2 lives she spoke about it. I found one live. I can't find the other one. I believe Tiffany might have it. I'll look for it and I'll find it. But the sister gives this big elaborate story about how people were following her and taking pictures of her. Now, this lady doesn't live in Ben Hill. It sounded like the feds were following her. I have no clue why anybody would follow her if she doesn't have contact with Jody Sue and doesn't like Jody Sue. You can listen to the way the sister states the family dynamics work in Jody Sue's family. They don't like each other. Their family, according to them, they don't like each other. Yet Jody lives on their property in a camper. Her children go over to the parents' house. Her son has stayed with the sister. I have proof of that. During this case, while Jody was on here bashing them, they are the ones that talked her son into going to the services. Her sister's brother, which Jody told me, had given her son a job for some time at his Toyota car dealership. Let's not forget that, where he is the president of his division. Big shiny pictures. Have you guys ever thought that the reason they can't find the red truck is because maybe it didn't have tags or license plates, or maybe it was a for sale model? Because I've speculated about that. I have an opinion about that. Right? Where the wish on worked with your family. Right, Jody? Listen, everybody's done with your fucking bullshit. They could see through your fucking lies. I'm speaking whether there's court orders against me too or not. Because I think what you're doing is bullshit. And I have a right to my opinion, as does anybody else on this fucking platform, including you. So you can get on here and spew your bullshit all you fucking want with your 5 fucking viewers while you sit there and state I don't have no viewers, right? Or that I'm built up. You could state your mind, and I'm going to state mine. I'm not working with nobody. I don't talk to people behind the scenes. I don't directly accuse people of taking summer. I look at the evidence. I look at Fred because he states the smell of summer was on his truck. Do you understand that? That is an indication of what could have possibly happened to Summer Wells. It's a sad one. You won't address. Why is that, Jody? What exactly was the noise you heard at 2:30? Not the one at 4:50, 4:40, 4:30, 4:20. You wasn't sure at first. Then the text came out. What was the noise you heard, Jody? You and your son got up and walked the property lines. There was even a log on one, and your son moved the log. You thought somebody stole wood. Do you remember your story? Maybe you should start remembering the things you fucking say. Meh, mouth.
Domestic violence, shit, you name it. There ain't shit I've not seen you all try to tamper with. Have evidence of it. I mean, y'all and your fucking line ass emails all the way to the feds, and you're trying to contact certain agents. Everybody else y'all can figure out. Some of it's, yeah, I mean, it's. Y'all know no bounds. The extremes are so extremes, they're unbelievable, which is something you all rely on as a well organized criminal group operating online for years throughout many open and active cases. And it is absolutely disturbing beyond belief, disgusting, and it infuriates the fuck out of me to no end. I would love for you all to be held accountable, true justice brought to you all for just the amount of purposeful tampering.
Did you see her toxic poop face?
Insertion, usage of systems, the way you all have used courts, paperwork, detectives, criminal investigations, all the things, and manipulated people or blackmailed or harmed or done things in order to insert I mean, like, keep your own asses out of the fire, to keep from being known, to keep those you're doing it to from being believed or discredited. I mean, certain characters, as she was doing one of the lines.
Guys, I think my cache needs cleaned. I'm having a hard time here. I'm probably going to come back later and re-review this. I'm not getting off, however, though. We'll stay here and chit-chat for a little bit. But I think I'm gonna come back and share her video later, or any video, because I'm just having a rough time with it. I gotta clear my Google's also telling me I need an update. I hate fucking updating shit. Um, hey little Dev. Hey Sinister. Hey Kay. Um, this is just ridiculous, and I really don't even think you have to watch a whole live to see how her deflection and her accusations and her pretend um networks of people working against her and all of that. It just doesn't make sense. She's the one that causes these rumors and the speculation and the fights. She pits people against each other. She makes people believe that everybody's working together. And even if they were working together for what? The common goal, Jody, is Summer, not you. Do you get that? What? You think everybody's working to take you down? Why would you think that if you're innocent? Like, this doesn't make sense that you do this. Do you understand that? And it's more than tragedy pimping, because you don't always put your cash app and stuff out. You do this because you want to. You want to cause harm to Summer's case, in my opinion. You want to cause confusion in Summer's case, in my opinion. You want to cause fights in Summer's case, in my opinion. You want to cause speculation in Summer's case, in my opinion. You want to spread lies and say things like, Candace asked me to change the story, and I didn't see the red truck, but I seen the red truck. Here's a picture of it. Somebody stole the SD cards. Why? And why would you still have the SD cards and not LE? Why wouldn't you have given them to law enforcement if there were ever any SD cards? Or was that you making up that there are SD cards so that you can cause confusion and reason for people to speculate and reason for police to not believe anything? You make no sense. The Thompsons, the Redmonds, they gave their SD cards in. They never got them back. Hunter gave them a phone. He never got that phone back. Why would LE allow you to keep SD cards? If you had them, that's because you hid them from them. And you state it publicly, right? Publicly. Jody Sue. And the first fucking story was that you didn't have any footage because you had to move the trail cams because of Dobbs. And it didn't point in the right direction. Well, any direction on Ben Hill is a good direction. So why don't you shut the whole the fuck up? You do nothing but lie and change stories. Just ridiculous, guys. Like, all of she doesn't have SD cards. She moved the cameras. The trail cameras didn't record. Dobbs was there the day before. He cut through the lights, so she had to move the trail cam. Does anybody remember that story? Anybody? Because then all of a sudden SD cards popped up and somebody robbed her trailer and stole these SD cards that she hid from police. If that's the case, because they wanted them. The Chambers stated that they gave theirs to JLR, to the police. The Thompsons, Fred's sister says the Thompsons and the Redmonds gave theirs. Why would you still even have yours for them to be stolen, Jody? Think about that. Oh no, I missed that. I'll have to. How long ago? Which time that her daughter spoke? I knew what you meant. I mean, I'm just saying, why would she even have these SD cards if the police wanted them? That would mean that she hid them from the police, right? And now all of these people want to break into her home, which, if anybody did, I believe it was her own children or her sister, somebody who had access to the property, to take these SD cards. Why? They're making this a movie. It's ridiculous. Do you understand? Like, this doesn't make sense. And then they come out online publicly and they state that they possibly caused and did crimes, such as hiding SD cards from the police. Yes, obstruction. There you go. That's the name for it. Anybody remember my video on that way back in the day, or witness tampering? Anybody remember those educational videos I made that was too boring for anybody? See, there's a reason I share those. It's because what Jody Sue is doing is illegal. She's the one doing illegal things, not us. It's her. Shit, how they all gonna for that and the smell camper, yeah. Like, she just doesn't make sinister. Oh Lord, she's been accusing you of all kinds of stuff because you've been in White Boy's chat. Did you know that? Holy cow, you're working with everybody. Sinister, don't be a sub to anybody because you're working. We're working together now. I hope you know that in Jody Sue's mind. At least that's what she's gonna say. Just because you chatted in my chat. Like, people aren't even allowed to chat in somebody's chat without Jody stating they're working together. Jody, that's what YouTube's the fuck for. Okay? That's what they created live streams for. Anybody is welcome in anybody's chat unless they block them like you do, so that you can cause more deflection and not answer real questions and just cause confusion, because that's what you do on a daily fucking basis. Everybody is sick of your shit. I never simped for you, like people said. I never fucking liked you. I spoke to you because you're a suspect and I want answers. Just like everybody else. Although it's not my business to have them answers, but if I can contribute or find a way to get those, I will. Because obviously you lie and you tamper with the police and SD cards that the police would have wanted. Yep. Another heart attack that she doesn't go to the hospital for, and she walks off. You're exactly right. It's not always how heart attacks work, Jody. Trust me, I know. And I'm going to say that while I do something everybody makes fun of me for. I'm going to light a motherfucking cigarette, bitch. Here. With heart failure. We're not perfect. I started smoking when I was like 14 years old. I think I had my first cigarette at 11. So I can't just quit like all that. I probably could. I don't have the will to do it. That's my prerogative. That's my problem. And ain't none of y'all's problems. And I know what the fuck my problem is. And Ziggy, yes, I do fucking leave my house. You see, when I started talking to Tracy, because I know why Ziggy brought that up, because she's talking to Gary Tracy. When I first started covering Summer Will's case, we were coming out of fucking COVID. Do you remember that? I'm a heart failure patient. My son is a heart transplant patient. What did COVID mean for people like us? Yes, I did not leave my house at that moment in time, but I do leave my house today. So you can kiss my whole fucking ass, okay, Big Bird? Yeah, Mama Bear, let's do that. I'm down the fucking road, just guys. I gotta go to the fucking dispensary. And I ain't got the money for it till Thursday or Friday, so I have to smoke a bowl. How about if I smoke a bowl with you? These dispensaries are fucking expensive, dude. I miss the days when you could just go up to somebody and pay $20 and get a fucking gram. Fuck it. I've done illegal shit in my life, but Jody, I've bought weed. I've bought coke. You wouldn't believe the illegal things I've done in my life. You want to know the real illegal things I've done? I'll fucking tell you. Okay? I'm fucking stupid. She thinks everybody should be perfect. Well, she has actually went to jail. And yes, according to Jody Sue, I heard somebody asking the other day, did Jody ever spend time in jail? I have a video that I have shown, and I will show it again, where Jody Sue talks about the time she spent in jail, and her daughter came to visit her wearing this cute little outfit. And that's what she remembers. It was the day she was leaving Andy. It's one of the black and white videos because Jody left some black and white for a reason if you pay attention to the subjects of them. That's how I know where to go look for certain shit. She did certain things to the videos so that she knew what they said. Does anyone know for sure what property line she was walking? How about their other property? Oh, that's a good question, Danny. True, Jody. What property lines were you? I never thought of that. Good thought. Play Tom Petty. What do you want to hear? Sinister. I don't want to put music on. That'll ruin my stream. I'll have to cut it out and then I have to take my chat off. We should do a stream though where I come and I don't. Although I think the last time I did that, they still made me take it down. Where I come live and we just listen to music. I wish they would allow that. It's so stupid that they don't. There should be a way like you could. I've come up with so many thoughts about music. Like you could rent the song, like 99 cents a day to play it on your stream. Do you know how much the music industry would make? They would make a killing. You play music all the time. They always make me take mine the fuck down. It sucks. Now she will claim she didn't watch this live and people sent her clips. Right, Cotton Candy. Is she still live? Let's check. No, she's not. She's boo-hooing because I went live. She didn't expect it so early in the morning. She's probably over here watching right now. Hi, Jody. The deflector. The troublemaker. The liar. The SD card hider. The feds are watching your sister, according to your sister. If Boozy comes to, I'm going to find his ass and make him say I can play his songs. That's funny. I'll have a live anyway. If they make me take it down, they make me take it down. Killer Looks is your cousin. I love Killer, dude. Oh, he's not. Just kidding. Oh, Jody's mine. Yeah, Killer's your cousin. He's my dad. Did you know that we're the same age? He's my dad. He's my uncle. Who knows what the hell she did? I'll tell you something I do know that's fact, according to Morlena, is that Jody and Morlena cannot stand each other. And it's been that way for a long time. And it makes me wonder, because Fred says the same thing. If you notice at the beginning of Ziggy introducing them, her sassy ass. However, then you have Morlena on there stating that Summer was in the resurrection. God knows what the hell happened. Would they all cover? It can't be that. I don't know what's in the fucking water down there in Ben Hill. Oh, yeah, I do. Jody's toxic shit. I don't understand this shit. The one thing I do understand is that this bitch is out here causing deflection and harm to Summer's case by herself. Meth, Jody's poop. God knows what goes on down there. All right, guys, but I've been on an hour. I want to come back later. I didn't really want to come do this, but I figured she was live and I woke up. I haven't even had a whole cup of coffee yet. So I'm going to go do that and wake my husband up. He got to go to work tonight. I don't want him sleeping early cuz then he's going to have to go back to sleep later so that he could be well rested for the night. So I'm going to go wake him and get me a cup of coffee. Maybe I'll be back around lunchtime. Maybe just to drive Jody crazy, I'll come back 6 times today. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Do you people get that? I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't work with anybody and I do what I want. Get ready, everyone. She's going to go live. No, she won't. She'll hold off for 2 days and boohoo and try to come up with a strategic plan and then come live again early in the morning. That's been her latest trend. That's what she does. She thinks people ain't watching or don't pay attention in the morning. Y'all let me know. She talks sheet. I gotta go to work. Will do, mama. All right, guys. I'm gonna go get some coffee, jump around YouTube for a little bit. Go do what it is I gotta do. Maybe I'll be back in a little bit. But let me go wake up, get my husband up, and do what I gotta do. She is obsessed, Helen. Peace and love to you all. I'll see you all later. Thanks for being here this morning. Sorry it's so early. Good morning. I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. See you a little later.